So I do want to talk about...
Would you watch me jerk?
Oh yeah.
Would you watch me jerk
All day?
that heaviness? Would you watch me get heavy and watch me jerk?
Are we gonna kiss right now? Hey, who are we?
You know, that's a good question.
The boys, dipshit.
Game over, man.
Well, I feel like it is my job as the goalie to introduce our first and only alternate present currently at the far end of the table who is currently not paying attention.
No, I am. I'm listening.
This man is almost legally a dwarf. This man has the strangest bodily anatomy at the table. This man could give 2 shits at the same time. Don't ask me how. This is Jesse Hicks.
That's really good.
All right. Well, I guess we're doing it that way. I'll introduce the clown to my right. The only one in the garage right now wearing a tank top like it's goddamn summer. This man jerks off dry every single time. Like seriously, no lube or nothing. Like a fucking Neanderthal. Just dry rubbing the skin.
The pain's part of it.
He also lifts with his legs, not his back.
Jesse taught me that.
Yep. And he thinks Arby's curly fries are superior to all of the fries and will fight you if you disagree.
In fact, I will fight you opposite of that. I don't believe that's true.
What's his name? Come on, Jesse. What's his name? You got this, man. Come on.
Chippy Weedmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Super quick.
In the audio now.
Super
Yeah.
quick. I'm glad that you said that because I was thinking the other day, like we have a nickname for Caleb.
No, we
And,
never have.
What we did because there for a while it was Boney, like Sam Boney, but
I do
then
like
I was like, there's another one, but I don't fucking remember what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't really like either of them. But at the same time, I was like, you don't get to fucking pick your name.
No, you don't. I'm not really that opposed to Chippy, other than it just kind of came up out of nowhere again.
As all nicknames do.
It was the same as my last bitch about nicknames. There was like, I felt like we were trying to force them. But honestly, Chippy came up more natural than the others, so I'm not worried about it.
Here's the thing: you're not memorable in any real way, so it's hard to come up with a nickname. That's true. So.
Introduce Cameron.
This man, down at the end of the table, he once ran a marathon because it was on his way. If he were to pat you on the back, you'd put it on your resume. Mosquitoes refuse to bite him purely out of respect. If this man were to mispronounce your name, you'd feel compelled to change it. The man on my right, over there, Cameron Bernier.
Oh shit! There you go. So I think I'm gonna finish it off, and I'll wrap all the way around the table here. By all the way around the table, I mean to the man on my left. In high school, this man was voted most likely to resemble the Hamburglar when he grew up.
Oh, that's right.
He stars in the 1993 film Jurassic Park.
I do.
He plays hockey. Dalton Lott. And by the time we post this, it'll be old news. So with the victory at TD Garden over the Carolina Hurricanes, they won 3-2 in overtime. Boston has set the NHL league record in most consecutive home wins to start the season at 12. 11 straight wins were held by the Florida Panthers of 2021. And there was, I feel like it was a Canadian team in the 60s that had also done that. I think they were the ones who went ahead and set the NHL record for most points in a season.
Damn.
So super happy for that. I woke my kid up just to like watch the end of that game. Like, oh, here, you're only a year and a half, but watch history happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That is a considering the season Boston is having, that's phenomenal, and I'm very excited. I don't know what the fuck is going on over here.
Go ahead, keep
but,
going. No,
Don't worry about us.
Oh, okay.
If it's funny, you can edit it.
Hey,
later.
pal, I definitely always worry about you. Okay?
God damn. You ever stop being sweet?
What a cabinet.
No, I don't. It's just who I am.
You're like Sour Patch Kids that nobody wants. You're just sweet.
Just patch kids.
It's a very Garden Herb Ranch thing to say.
That's me. I'm Gardner Branch.
That's a callback.
That is. To comment on your Bruins 12-0 win. That is impressive. Good on him. And I was unnecessarily hostile earlier.
I don't think you were.
Is this Caleb apologizing? on
No.
TV?
Oh, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't-
Absolutely not. So I'm just going to go
Don't
ahead
misinterpret.
and brush it out of the way. No, it's super cool. Like, I get it. When one of us is excited for anything in the group chat, it's almost everyone else's responsibility to just shit on them relentlessly.
Yeah, no doubt.
The problem is, Hudsy thinks I'm a damn savage, buddy. Right? Savage, bougie, ratchet over here.
I don't think that's the order at all.
Our self-censoring buddy, Hudsy.
Yeah, okay. So,
He still hasn't told me why he does that.
He hasn't told me that either.
And
the
like
Lord's watching.
Ashley keeps getting on my case about it. She's like, why do you care? Just let him do it. I was like, it's not that I care. I don't want him to do it. I just want to know why he's doing it.
cool.
How dare you lay down the second greatest defenseman in
I'm
hockey
not
history?
that tall. Please don't put it directly in front of me and cut off
we
my
can ask-
whole
hey,
torso.
We don't even have to have shit on the table. I just
Here's the deal.
No, I
We're
like shit on
not
the
a
table.
Bruins podcast. We can get rid. Is this the Bruins or is this? Yeah. We can get rid of all the Bruins.
That is the whole Bruins right there.
That is all. That's all the
That's
Bruins.
all the Bruins.
That's all. That's
that might as well
that's the
be-
one
but I know
Bruin.
It's a picture of the fucking Hockey Hall of Fame.
I know sometimes Cameron brings. He's got a picture of somebody from the Rangers.
Yeah, last week was Kevin Hayes from the Rangers,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then before that was was it Gretzky in our first one?
Gretzky was the very first one.
Well, see, and that's why I asked because I was like, I didn't actually see the picture. So if this is a Rangers photo and I'm over here bitching about the Bruins,
grab Mike Irizoni off there.
This one is this one.
who is that? Is that you?
The
Cameron?
other one's Cameron. This
Yeah,
one's Mike
well, that's
Irizoni.
why
I mistook two pro hockey players for
That's
each other.
why I
Big
asked.
whoop.
Because while I was like, man, that head shape looks like Cameron, but I don't recognize the jersey or nothing. So I was like, I don't know who that is.
Hey, that's
Sure.
a fact. That's just a house.
I'm prepared to argue with you about the Ryan Reaves trade,
Good, because I do have some stats written down.
but I am not that prepared. So I'm sure you're gonna kick my ass.
Nope, let's do it.
Wait, for context. What's the trade?
So the trade is Ryan Reaves to the Minnesota Wild from the New York Rangers, and the New York Rangers receive a 5th-round pick.
When do they receive that? Because I read something that really set me off about it, and it could be incorrect, and that's why I'm heated.
So that's a great question, and I don't know the year. I assumed it was this year because they didn't specify.
All right, so the reason I got mad about it is the thing that I read said it wasn't until 2025.
Okay, that could be it. Yeah.
Okay, to me, that is a dog shit trade no matter who the player is. Like, I know Ryan Reaves, from what I've seen, is a slightly above average player. Like, doesn't really stand out, but he's not dog shit.
Would you like to know his stats for this season?
Sure.
It is 0 goals, 0 assists, 12 penalty minutes, and 3 shots on net. His 12 penalty minutes, one of those was the fight with Foligno at the beginning of the season. There's one other 5-minute major and a 2-minute minor, but I don't know if it was a fighting major or something like boarding or whatever.
May I interject here?
Yes.
So Caleb and I were talking about this before you showed up. Ryan Reaves has definitely vocalized he does not like playing for the Rangers right now. So that could maybe have something to do with his stats too. But just the fact that he is not enjoying the team he's playing on, the environment he's in.
So, yes, it could, but it's the end of Ryan Reaves' contract year, like is this year. So after this, he can go into free agency and sign with another team. It doesn't matter. And you would think that if you're ending your contract year, you want to do the absolute best that you can do. So another team looks at you and goes, oh, fuck, we want this guy, and we want to pay him that kind of money.
Damn, ringtones and then just eating on the pod.
Oh my God!
What a
fucking
professional over here.
Jesus.
Cut around it.
Put me in the.
Is he on his own sound channel so we can cut out his...
Nope, I muted it. We're good.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a big black.
I might have
censor
fucked
box
myself
here.
up though because I stopped recording and then re-recorded again. Did I delete everything?
No, it
You
won't
wanna just
delete.
go ahead
It won't
and-
delete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so those stats don't look good.
No.
But I can guarantee you there's worse players out there.
Okay.
I couldn't name any because I don't actually watch very well, but I know there's worse than that. And Jesse mentioned something earlier about him not wanting to be on the team, which kind of changed my perspective. But the base thing, just my initial thoughts, I saw Rangers trade him to the Wild in turn for a 5th-round pick a few years from now.
Didn't say I didn't want him. Didn't
What?
say I didn't want him to be on the team. I said that I don't think. I think because of the decision they made, to get like the 5th round pick down the line, it's like, man, to do that for the trade, seems like they probably weren't like too crazy eager to hang on to him. Which he's the one that called for it anyway.
Sure. Yeah, he could put in a trade request.
So he wanted to leave, and they were like, well, you know, what do we really have to lose? You know, let's try to get a little something out of it. And so, I mean, that's what they got. So it's not like they were like, all right, you send us you send us Kaprizov, and we'll fucking send you Reaves. You know, obviously that didn't happen. I'm not like I'm disappointed in having him. It's more just, he's probably not a real superstar if they weren't like crazy bummed about losing him.
I don't think you were in here when he read the stats, but the stats definitely said that no, he was not.
Yeah, he's got 0 goals, 0 assists, 12 penalty minutes, and 3 shots on net, or what I pulled up.
For the whole season.
Basically, my stance is very similar to his, where it's like, whether you want him or not, I feel like you could have just gotten a better deal out of it, and that's why I said it's a dog shit trade.
So, does anyone know if New York has guys on long-term injury reserve who need to come back?
No.
Because he has a cap hit of $1.75 million. So I don't know if Rangers are clearing house, or if they plan on making some upgrades at the trade deadline. I believe they're a playoff team. I don't know. I don't remember what division they're in. They're not in the Atlantic, so I really don't care. So it could just be making cap space, play your game throughout the season, and then pick up somebody on the trade deadline. This year's draft prospect pool, my understanding, is that it's stacked, right? They haven't had a draft pool this good since like 2014 or something. So to trade away 3 years from now, when you don't know if the pool is going to be as good, for, you lost Day Salorius in the offseason, right? Or is it Day Salorius or Day Salorier?
Deloria.
Oh,
I was very disappointed in that he was only there for, basically just the playoffs.
So, maybe you're adding a little bit of grit. You want an energy guy on the third line, fourth line.
God damn, was Delorius so fucking... He still is just a monster. Once he's on the ice, you're not touching anybody important because he'll stop you from doing so. So it's nobody wants a piece of him. Nobody wants it. And with good reason, because the man will play with just 2 swollen ass black eyes and a broken nose, like it's no big deal.
Sure,
just common practice for the man. So,
to me, I do think that the Wild won the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to give up a 5th round in 2025 for Revo, like.
Now, if it was a 5th round for like this upcoming draft, I'd be a lot more willing to be like, okay,
Maybe.
Fine, take it. 5th round is still strange, but whatever. It was really just the 5th round in a couple of years when it's like, you have 0 clue who's really gonna be.
That's
good.
not entirely true though, because like Connor Bedard has been looked at for years, and he's only 17.
Yeah, but he could get hurt.
I mean, that's fair.
That's the
could,
problem. In a
but-
few years from now, you really can't guarantee who's gonna be there.
Right.
fair.
Connor Bedard, though, is going to go first overall this draft, whereas a 5th rounder is going to be a 3rd or 4th line guy, right? So at that point, you're looking at 3, 6, 9, 12, 150 players into the draft. What are the odds? Sure, anybody can rise up when they hit the show and become a 1st or 2nd line player and really start showing their stuff.
and honestly, like, as a fucking... Anyway, talked about him last time. 3 ACL tears doesn't stop somebody. If you're honestly going to be in the show, they're going to be there. Injured or not, they're going to be sitting. They don't care. They'll find a way to play,
Sure.
even if they're hurt.
You're talking to a Bruins fan. He knows this.
Yeah, they'll find a way.
Oh, yeah.
Even just a hockey fan, the stories of what guys will play through,
Yeah.
especially come playoff time, is just
I once
incredible.
played through a stomach ache.
So, on the subject of stuff that's gross, and letting my food cool down a little bit, scenario got brought to my attention, and I thought about it more, and it does really kind of upset me a little bit that it is so skewed and one-sided. So, let's say we're at a pool party.
Sure.
Just the boys, right? all pooling.
No girls.
No girls, no bitches, just lady kiddies.
As God intended.
As God intended.
These are the dreams. This is the American dream.
Bitches eating apples and stuff. Anyway, so let's say Caleb here decides to pee in the pool.
Okay.
We're all swimming around, having a good time, hitting the ball around in the air.
Oh, is this where you stand on the side and pee in?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to ask.
Yes.
Yeah, you stand on the side and pee in?
No. So he's in the pool, in the water, and he pees in the pool.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming everybody's gonna be like, "Come on, Caleb, that's nasty.
100%.
Yeah, I bet you just go in the bathroom next time.
Yeah.
This is my pool. Let's not get a bunch of pee-pee in it."
Right? Let's keep it an ool. No pee involved. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. But
No peeing cool.
in the exact same scenario, all the boys hanging out, having a good time. Caleb gets out of the pool, goes and stands on the side, pulls out his 13-inch dong, and then just starts directly peeing into the pool, like standing on the side,
I'm going to put centimeters, asterisks when he says inches.
peeing into the pool.
1.3 inches.
We would
I have
all
Corbin in
like.
it where I pull out a separate dong out of my pocket. This is my 13-incher.
We would all just lose our minds on Caleb.
You don't know that.
We would throw stuff at Caleb, and he would probably not be allowed to swim with us anymore.
You have no idea. You do not know that.
Really? Here's the
You
deal.
do not know
Okay.
that.
No, think about it. Think.
Oh, I've thought about it.
I
You
am
do not know
super
that.
quick. If Caleb has a 13-inch member, right? Are you not going to stand there and on be like, "Fuck, I've never seen one 13 inches."
I have the
Like-
internet.
Looks like
Ron Jeremy doesn't count. Okay, this is
looks
Caleb
like two
Weimer.
fucking beer cans stacked on top of one another, and he's just out there waving that about. You're
That's
not going to
true.
be like,
Yeah. This is
But at the same time, he's peeing
So-
in the pool.
Okay, so more realistically, I go up there and I whip out the 2-incher. And
he gets nervous.
I think the majority of the issue is the presentation, not necessarily the act, because, it's still peeing in a pool, but,
Yeah, we'd still be swimming in your piss.
yeah, but I think it's the act of me, getting out, making a scene of it, exposing myself to the boys, and then peeing. I don't necessarily even think
I don't
that
think the
it's-
exposing's really the problem because you guys have all seen my butt.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't really give you a warning whenever it's like, "Well, I'm taking off my jock, guys."
But what?
Yeah.
They're full forest of butt cheeks.
We've all seen a dick in balls before. It shouldn't be
I've
a
seen a whole
shocker.
bunch of dick and balls.
It shouldn't be a shocker to see a different dick
Way
in
more
balls.
dick and balls than you guys have ever seen. Promise.
Oh yeah, you want to make a contest of this, Jesse?
I don't.
No, what I was gonna say though is that I feel like the real difference between Caleb staying in the pool and Caleb getting out of the pool is the show of it, because he could just be in the pool going, "Hey guys, guess what? I'm peeing," and it would have the same
No
effect.
hands!
It'd have the same effect, and we'd probably, if he did that, all turn
at
and
this
go,
fountains at the
"Ew,
Bellagio."
gross," and then throw shit at him. So I feel like it's just the whole announcement of it. He just is physically announcing
Well,
it. by
say he doesn't
getting out.
even announce it. Say
Well,
he
no,
just
that's
stands
what
up.
I'm saying. Him getting out of the pool and presenting himself is an announcement.
Oh, okay,
just
I see.
physically.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes down to the parts per million, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say it's the boys hanging out in the pool,
It's the same part.
and then there's a dead body in the pool, right? Would you enjoy swimming in a pool with a dead body? No, there's a fucking dead body in the pool.
I have.
Do you swim in the ocean? There are tons of dead bodies in the ocean, right?
I don't.
But there are, well, you're fucking missing out.
I don't enjoy the ocean.
You should go to Revere Beach.
The ocean's scary.
Yes, it is.
I agree with you on that shit.
Yeah.
The ocean's fine.
It's not.
I mean, if you're like, way the fuck out there.
Hold on a second.
Listen.
This guy dives in case any. Aside from playing hockey, he also does
As a fan,
diving.
of the
been
Kraken,
outside.
a sea creature, I hate the ocean.
I hate the ocean.
Yeah.
Go
Ocean's
outside,
scary.
touch water.
But yeah, so being in the ocean when you're on the shore is fine, even though there are dead bodies. You don't
On the
think about
shore?
Lake Draper? Definitely.
The Draper's not the ocean.
it. What I'm trying to say is, it's fine to be in the ocean with lots of dead bodies, shipwrecks, whatever. But it's not fine being in a small pool with a fucking weekend at Bernie.
Shipwrecks? Why are there shipwrecks?
There's shipwrecks all over the ocean.
Bro,
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought we were still talking on the shore. There's dead bodies and shipwrecks. I was like, what is this? Pirates of the Caribbean 2?
I mean, some shores. Just
There are shipwrecks on some shores, Jesse. There is.
Yeah,
True.
so it's the presentation that's important. Gordon Ramsay said that once.
Fuck
probably.
Gordon Ramsay. I'd fight Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's about how I plate this dick. Of the four of us, who is the most accepted if they were to pee in the pool?
Of the four, not Hudsy included, because
No.
Hudsy would be the most
First of all,
accepting.
Hudsy won't be. No, not the most accepting.
Hudson won't be at our pool parties. Fucking period.
No,
And you know what? I hope that you watch this and you enjoy that, Hudson, because you don't like the fucking setup at Caleb's house. And you're like, oh, it actually looks better when they're all at Jesse's house. Because, Caleb's house is a fucking abomination for me to even listen to.
He got a little hostile about my house, and I was like, dude, like Jesse's house was sick. We just couldn't go there. Like I didn't.
Poor house.
I was like, I didn't fight to go to mine. But anyways, I know that Jesse or that Hudsy won't be the most accepted to pee in the pool. But of the four of us, like we were all to watch Cameron pee. Who of us would be like?
I would have to say Cameron because he's our captain.
You think so?
Who of us is going to tell him no?
Who of us is better?
Let he who has not pissed in the pool cast the first piss.
All right. Make your case for it, Cameron. Why should you be allowed to pee in the pool?
He doesn't have to defend this.
I
can
defend
defend this.
Because I'm not the one who said me. I think Dalton should have to.
I have a definitive win. So
I have a defense for me being able to pee in the pool, but go ahead.
I think it's just plain and simple. He's the captain. He's earned it. He's the lion pack leader, or the wolf pack, whatever the fucking animal he compares to. He gets the first piss, and then if he approves, then we get to follow in suit.
I consider us like a murder of crows.
There you go. They murder crows. Crows do post up in like the dopest pictures. Have you ever seen those? They look like fucking rap albums or something.
Yeah, but have you ever seen a picture of us? So.
Very much not the dopest.
It's like a picture of all the dogs.
I want you to get the picture of us where we're all on the bench and like Hudsy's picking you up. Because I like that picture, but it is also kind of awkward.
Oh, hey, what happened to that picture of the one of us all lined up like
on the
nut
bench.
to butt?
I gotta ask Tommy what happened to that.
Yeah, I want that picture.
Yeah, you should, because that's a great Christmas card, and I really want to send it.
No, I need to get that back. I agree. I didn't get that for some
I want
reason.
my dad to think that I'm the favorite, or that I want my dad to believe that I am his favorite on the podcast.
We're gonna put an F on his jersey and not a C, and when they ask what it's for, we'll go favorite. It means favorite.
I'm my dad's favorite. He called me today about the podcast. He was like, "Oh, it's Friday. You guys are recording, right?" And I said, "Yeah, we are." And he's like, "All right, super cool. I would just like to issue a correction on what you said about Bobby Orr."
He's not even involved about that.
I was like, "Oh, all right, what do you got?" And he's like, "The flying goal was 1970 and not 1972. So good on you for sticking up for Bobby, but you're wrong." I was like, "Oh, great. Now another week of Caleb being his favorite."
Wait, you were wrong about Bobby Orr again?
I really want to meet your dad.
I do too. I love that your dad is invested in the podcast.
Yeah. He listens
best
to every
of you.
episode. He was excited that we were recording tonight because I'm flying to Columbus on Wednesday. And he's like, tell Dalton to have it finished. We can listen to it together. Have a couple
I'm
beers.
gonna try so hard to make that
That'd be
happen.
awesome.
I'm gonna make that happen for you guys.
And you know
that
what,
sounds
Dad?
awesome.
I hope that we're sitting side by side watching this, drinking a beer while I drink a beer while I think about us drinking a beer.
I'll drink to that.
I won't.
Now you're not the favorite.
I know. I have a feeling. Please don't. I have a feeling that I'm not actually the favorite. I think I just won that one episode. But I'm gonna ride that high as long as I can.
You did win that episode with Cameron's dad because I fucking lost that episode with your mom apparently.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
Because that I apparently.
Okay, hold on.
Before
Before we
move on.
Why is your piss better?
Oh, why? Well, no, I said Cameron's piss better
Why is this pitch better?
because he's the captain.
Okay,
he's the leader of the
Dog
pack.
shit argument.
That's wrong. Go on.
I should be able to pee in the pool because I drink so much fucking water. My piss is clear as hell.
Actually, rebuttal. I should be that for that exact reason because I guarantee I drink more water than you.
You think you drink more water than
How many ounces a day do you drink? Because I've actually been upping my water count.
How many of your
my Gatorade bottles?
How many Gatorade bottles do you drink?
Six a day. 6 a day. I've literally been counting.
Six a day.
I'm-
I drink
yeah.
6 of my 32-ounce cups a day.
That bottle's 32
32
ounces,
ounces,
dumbass.
I got it right here.
not.
Yes, it is. Right here. Yes, it is. Right fucking here. 32 ounces, bitch.
Retard.
32 motherfucking
God.
ounces.
How many ounces is it now?
6 a day. I've been counting. I've been upping my water count.
Even.
Hey, you know what?
So
That's
basically-
great. That's great for all of you because I don't fucking drink water.
There's water in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
There's
I'm
water
just
in this.
dehydrated all the time until game time comes along, and then I fill up my bottle, take my first shift, and I'm like, oh fuck, I feel miserable.
I drink the least amount of water while I'm playing.
Me too.
I always forget my fucking water.
If the bottle's on the net, I forget it's there.
And then I try to like discreetly drink other people's because one, I don't want to ask.
Just drink mine. Fine.
Well, even still, I don't want to ask because then I feel like you're like, yeah, fucking drink my water. I'm not gonna, just be sparing because then I'm not gonna have any. and I feel bad about
Hey,
it.
I would quit playing hockey for you. All right?
No,
That's how good of a
that
friend-
should definitely
that's how good
not
of
be a
friend
thing
guys
that you.
are,
No.
All right?
Bro, don't quit.
No.
Is if it ever came down to it, I would quit for you guys. So if you want to have a little water on the bench, I don't give a fuck.
Okay, now that you said that, guys, we should really talk about.
I'm gonna drink his water all the goddamn time.
2 episodes ago now, Dalton was making a comment comparing Austin Matthews. It wasn't really comparing, but that's how it came off.
Yeah.
The comment came off as though he was comparing Austin Matthews and
Wayne Gretzky.
And my mom got very heated about it the other night when I went to go visit them. And they were like, I don't remember her exact words, but they were along the lines of, Dalton has the worst takes I've ever heard, and he doesn't know anything about Wayne Gretzky. And she's going to be really mad later. She's like, that's not how I said it, but that's kind of how she said it.
Okay, so in my defense, she is right when I said Austin Matthews doesn't fight his own battles similarly to how Wayne Gretzky didn't. But she took that as Wayne Gretzky also picks the fights like Austin Matthews, which is not true what I was saying at all.
The way that Dalton accidentally compared it was that Austin Matthews is a shit stirrer and then causes a lot of fights. And then he compared Wayne Gretzky and made it sound like he did the same thing, which he totally didn't.
Absolutely not. What my point by that was, to be clear, was that Wayne Gretzky has found himself in many altercations throughout his career because he is Wayne Gretzky. He's the best player on the ice. But Wayne Gretzky also had enforcers follow him through teams even to help him fight his battles for him. So, and it's not that Wayne Gretzky was out there picking him. I'm not saying he was a shit stirrer, but because he was Wayne Gretzky, he did find himself in many altercations that his enforcers literally had to enforce for him. So that was the comparison I was making. In no way, shape, or form is Austin Matthews even close to touching Wayne Gretzky as far as like skill and or is Wayne Gretzky some sort of chirpy punk ass on the ice. Like he's definitely not. He was just an incredible shooter and passer, teamsman all around. So to extend my explanation, sorry Caleb's mom and whoever else might have took it that way.
Apparently, there are some just OnlyFans accounts that just kind of do nonsense, and they actually do kind of well. Now, there are some, a lot of the guy ones, they've got to be really good.
Sure.
And so they either have to be just goofy enough to be entertaining, or, do you know who, God damn it, what is his name? Two-Turnt Tony?
I've heard Two-Turnt
Now,
Tony.
that man makes money off his dick.
I believe it. Yeah.
No doubt. And he apparently does very well. He's hilarious on every other platform, but I think his OnlyFans is strictly just him being sexy.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, the OnlyFans is like, it's to get you closer to creators.
God.
It doesn't have to be like sexy times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was initially started as just a like,
Behind the scenes.
yeah,
kind
you
of,
can just see what they do.
Only the real fans who give a shit come to see all this stuff.
I think it just wound up being a porn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what doesn't?
No, it's true.
The
And
internet
so,
is a prime example of this.
So go ahead.
So
What exactly is
we
your-
could honestly, we could put a whole bunch of crap out.
I thought about that too. I don't mind the OnlyFans angle. I mean, you could literally do it with Patreon too. You
Yeah,
could do it
Patreon
with-
is like what OnlyFans was supposed to be.
basically, honestly.
I would argue that more people know what OnlyFans is as opposed to Patreon.
No, I
don't
agree.
think so.
I also think that there's nothing wrong with putting it up on both.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not Zoidberg?
I think
But don't you have to pay? Don't you have to pay? Basically, like, I'm using your space money. I'm almost confident that you do.
I'll double check, but I think it's more like eBay where it's like if it sells, then you pay for the space. If not, it's just.
They'd probably
sitting
take a
there.
commission.
Oh yeah,
That's fair.
that's probably true. So like,
Sure.
if I get paid $30
They probably make like
for
$3
some
They'd probably make-
for
they'd
some
probably make
goofy
20
ass
off of it.
dance,
Yeah,
I
$6.
do.
I do want to talk about my conversation about OnlyFans with Huddleston because it was sort of weird, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm there, I'm busting out a module, doing what I do, right? And Huddleston comes walking up. He's like, "Hey man, you ever thought about like doing OnlyFans?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know, Hansi, like." We've joked about having a team OnlyFans before, like that's it's kind of funny. And he's like, "You should go home and ask your wife if you can have an OnlyFans." And I'm like, why are you coming on to me so fucking hard about this, man? And he's like, "No, you don't think she would?" I'm like, "Probably not. No, you should go home and ask her. Probably text her. Just ask her right now."
Right fucking now.
Pull out your phone. I want to watch you do it.
Hudson needs to see this right now.
So I gave him the old. it's like right before lunch. I gotta go take a shit. And then I came back and we never talked about it again. But
Man, I wish
it was
you would
very.
have.
Yeah, I agree though.
Well, I wish you would have because I want to know what he was getting at. Like,
I
does he
don't-
actually mean you and your wife should have an OnlyFans?
Well,
Or is he trying to get somewhere like you should make an account that we can use for something else?
I do kind of feel like that's where he was going. Like, we as a team should have one. Like, wouldn't that be fun? I'm like,
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I want to rent the ice and play hockey kind of
Listen.
naked. I don't know.
Well, one day I'd love for us to have an OnlyFans just because it's dumb as shit to say we have one.
Hell yeah.
And I did just watch a video of some ballsy ass dude at a stick and puck somewhere, and just in his underwear, skates, gloves, helmet,
And no jock?
He was hauling ass
No
around
jock
that
or
rink.
anything? Because that scares me as a goalie. Like,
No.
fucking crazy.
It
Well, yeah, I mean,
was.
you said stick and puck, right? Like, it's just guys.
Okay,
practicing.
stick and puck is a little different.
It's not like I'm- it's
But
not like you're
he
going
was
to
not
drop
the only person out there, and he was flying.
I
and
wish
it was like,
Huddleston was
God,
here to talk to you
dang.
about the fucking team Speedo idea. Ah, that's great. Huddleston really wants to play one of his league games in an American flag Speedo, and that's it. Skates,
fine.
gloves, bucket, American flag Speedo. He's like, wouldn't that be hilarious? I'm
Yes,
like,
it would be hilarious,
know,
but I
Huzzy.
feel like he's gonna. Okay, so I just played Wednesday. Went to the Steak and Puck. There's a shit ton of kids there. So 2 dads and then me,
just 2 dads.
and that was a family. It's alternative, but I'm not gonna let's be adults.
Yeah.
There's two dads, like 6 kids, and then it was me and gay Ethan, and we. Then of course the kids were like, "Fucking kids versus adults," and it's like,
6 on 2?
yes, and we completely humored the idea because
Why not?
wow,
All right.
Shit on those kids.
yeah, they were all padded up. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And so we were absolutely just in a metaphorically dunking on these kids, and like the kids were starting.
Michiganing on these kids.
Kids were starting to get dirty about it. They were like trying to hook our feet, and you just kind of reach back and just shove them down by their head. Like they were all over the place. There's one in particular that just followed me around. Didn't even play the game. Was just trying to grab my feet. Just grabbing my feet. And finally, he went and sat up on the boards, and I skated over there to get a drink. And his dad was one of the dads. And he was like side-eyeing me a little bit. And I was like, yeah, I'm watching you. And then he's like, oh, that's my dad. And then his dad like looks over me and gives me a nod. I was like, yeah, but your dad's not the one trying to trip me. And his dad's like, yeah. Kind of looks at his kids like, yeah. And so then we just kept playing. But there was one point where these 2 kids just came hauling ass into me, just retrieved it off the boards, and then I just get these 2 tiny bodies up against my legs, and I kind of like scramble out from in between them. They both fall forward, and one of them throws his legs up, and I immediately felt like cut. And I was like, ah, shit, this kid just sliced open my side with his skate. I still actually haven't checked my jersey, but I do have a pretty decent little like thing on my ribs. Like, son of a bitch, he actually did get me.
Yeah.
He didn't
that's
cut
terrifying.
me, but he did like throw up his whole leg, and it's like, son of a bitch, dude.
It's just like we talked about with the Evander Kane thing, just how quickly.
It was so
yeah.
fast because he just fell and just decided to throw his limbs all over the place and caught me right in the side. And
Jessica could be dead right now.
could be
That's what he's
dead.
trying to
So
say.
you know,
He's trying to really lead up to this moment.
thank your lucky
You know,
star.
he's like, Thanksgiving was yesterday. Can we all just be thankful that Jesse's alive? you
Isn't
know?
that how Jesse's dad died?
Yeah, I've heard similar.
You know,
things.
it is.
I've
It
heard.
is how he died.
Small
What I
child
heard.
kicking him in the side with skates.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I stabbed him in the ribs with some
Over
skates.
and over and over.
Several thousand times.
It's
Death of 7,000 cuts.
that is how my dad broke his wrist. My dad got his shit
A kid kicked him in the side.
essentially.
Wait for your dad to actually show up for a podcast and be a part of it once.
I know, he was on one of the forbidden ones that we don't talk about. Anyways, my dad is also on the team in the sense that he bought the stuff, but he doesn't come to practice, so I'm going to out him right now and he'll be in trouble later.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. I don't go to practice either.
Yeah, I know. I bring up the bridge all the
But
time.
look at you.
Like, Captain
But anyways,
Shark.
and one of the times my dad did try to come to practice, some little 8-year-old kid bumped into him and fucked his shit up because my dad fell and broke his wrist immediately, and kind of hasn't been back on the ice since. So
Do you think he's afraid?
One might say he's scared.
I don't know.
Do you think he's afraid to actually get on the ice again, or do you think he's afraid to disappoint his son again?
He said
Let's get into this.
he does say that he's scared. Like, because I tell him all the time, I'm like, just come to stick and puck. You're gonna have to do it to get good at it. And he's like, listen, man, I gotta ease into skating. You know, I'm old. It takes a lot of work for me to skate. And I'm like, you're just gonna have to do it though. You're never gonna get better just sitting at the house. So he does say that he's afraid, but it's more of a he's afraid to just be on the ice. So,
Well, you could tell him he can ease into his Depends and then ease into his skate pants and ease another insurer down the old gullet and get the fuck out on the ice.
The Boston Bruins played the Tampa Bay Lightning at the beginning of this week. And I just want to talk about David Pastrnak scoring this beauty of a fucking goal.
Yeah.
And one of the fans in the front row was very upset with Pasta.
They were at Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they were at Tampa. And he gave him the old double bird. So Pasta skated up to the glass and just fucking stared at him after the goal. And the guy was very quick to just be like, oh, tuck his hands back into his pockets and be like, oh, gee, Pasta's still standing there. It was a beautiful fucking moment.
What a fucking puss. You've got the whole boards between you and them.
Yeah.
Own it. I would. I'd get my ass kicked by an NHL player, and I'd just still be like, "Fuck you, man." You know?
I would love to get my ass kicked by an NHL player.
Pastrnak specifically?
Any of them.
I don't give a fuck who it is.
Fucking line me up.
Now, as I recently learned, that glass fucking breaks. So you think that little less than an inch worth of really pressed together, highly heated sand is going to protect you? It's not.
No, it's not
have,
that.
Have you seen the video? There's a guy. He's in the penalty box, and there's just a random ass fan like up in the stands, leaning over like yelling at him, and then the glass breaks, so he falls in. The player's just like, all right, grabs him, starts beating the fuck out of him in the box.
It's hilarious.
Pull that clip up because that shit's hilarious.
It's so
good.
fucking funny.
No, I've never seen that.
So, you recently texted the group chat about the outdoor ice rink that
Yes.
Devin puts on at the Myriad Gardens.
Yes.
Something that I would really love.
Fuck it up. Let's go fuck it up.
Full gear. Full gear.
Sure, absolutely. I would love to have like our own fucking real shitty Oklahoma Winter Classic, where Devin like just paints the lines on there. We play like 3-on-3 pond hockey. Put up like a fucking dog kennel around there, so there's a chain link so the
I
puck doesn't
wonder
fly
who
out.
we can contact about that.
It's got to be someone up at Devon.
Someone
who's
up at
like,
Devon.
Oh, this is great, and we just play a little fucking 3-on-3 pond hockey.
I don't necessarily know the area that well, but how hard would it be for us to just show up after everybody else has left and just kind of make it happen?
Well, you got to think about the people that work there might not want to stay another hour and a half. or
Right.
whatever.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So it's
Break in.
they're probably going to expect more money.
I mean, it is like it's pretty public. It's right in front of the Myriad Gardens.
I'm sure
No,
there's
yeah, it's
cameras
totally out in the
everywhere.
open.
I
Yeah,
know,
like,
but at
we could
3 a.m., who gives a shit?
Everybody's lining up with their phone cameras because it's dark as fuck.
Yeah, get one of those like.
Oh, can we get a game with headlamps?
the pond hockey ones that like light up? That had the LED inside of them. We could do that. That would be legit. But I would love to have like Devon sponsor that, right? Make it like official, and instead of a 3-on-3 pond hockey tournament like we're gonna do up at Arctic, have one outdoors in a.
Oh, it's in Arctic
shitty-
this year?
Yes, it is at Arctic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll fill you in on all that stuff. Up at Arctic, not Blazers. It's gonna be super fun. I know.
Dude, I'm so excited.
I'm so fucking excited.
And if Devin like wants to run with the idea, instead of doing that shitty tiny, I don't know if anybody skated on that rink, but I
Not yet.
I skated on it last year.
I think
Oh,
I
I mean,
have
I've done it in
before.
different
It
years,
was
just
like
not
one of the
this year.
first years
Yeah.
they did it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all the ice is melting, so the water's kind of fucking puddled up in the corners. All the figure skaters are just like, oh, we're gonna do our stuff in the middle, so you
Yeah.
have to like circle around. But instead of having a little 3-on-3, we should have our own full official 5-on-5. Go to the Brian Crawford Sports Memorial Complex in Seminole, or if we wanted to make it a real big fucking deal, play at the Oklahoma Dodgers, like they do when they play at like
Oh, yeah.
Fenway or,
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah.
stadiums in the actual Winter Classic. And it could be like an all-day thing. You could have different division levels. You know?
Man, it could be.
Like you just play blue on white.
Could be something
or
that we
whatever.
start and then it slowly upgrades to bigger areas.
100%. I think that'd be so much fun.
Super. You're already paying to have an outdoor ice rink. Might as well make a spectacle of it.
And Devin could just make money off it too, because they could just sell us the ice time, and if we can get enough people involved, we buy it. You know?
Yeah, just like what with like what Matt wants to do up at Arctic. If they stop doing the drop-ins at Blazers, honestly, since we're already paying $15 to get in, if everybody chips in a 15 to rent out the rink, and we have enough people, it's like they can't say no.
So the Thursday night guys, the Tinker Ice Hawks with Andrew Hargrave, that's what they do. They just rent that hour block. Everybody pays Andy. Andy pays Blazers for that hour ice time. So it's super doable as long as you have enough people coming in to supplement. I don't know what ice time is, but it's not much. And yeah, we could honestly just run our own drop-in.
It'd be super fun.
Pretty cool.
Let Devin make the Devin Oilers jersey so we still get full fucking kits.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Like, why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that at all. Cameron, did anybody bring up the fact that the lights went out during one of our games? Have we not talked about
We
that
haven't.
even
No,
once?
because we. Oh yeah, I didn't mention it last week when we did the pod.
Who was that against?
That was part of the.
That was
oh,
18.
no,
It was 18.
Yeah, it was 18. Yeah.
So we played the A team. The power went out. The lights went off, and it actually gets pitch ass black inside that
like
rink.
there was no scoreboard. There was nothing.
Nothing.
Everything
It is
was
dark as shit. People start turning their phones on and whatnot. But afterwards, I was so stupid because I was actually sitting in the penalty box at the time.
Serving a bullshit penalty.
Yes, literally a bullshit penalty.
Was that another unsportsmanlike?
No, I actually think I tripped somebody. No.
Boy, I have a great tripping story.
But so
So do I, but it doesn't involve hockey, unfortunately.
I'll circle back tripping in later. Anyway, and then after the lights came back on, I was like, God damn it. That would have been fantastic to just David Blaine out of the box while the lights are off, and then just appear back over there in the face-off because they were setting
They were
up for
off
the
for a while.
They were setting up for the face-off.
No.
I would have had plenty of time.
The play was going. When the lights first shut off, the play was going. Like the puck was in the corner and people were skating towards it, and then all of a sudden, darkness. Yeah, because Nat was talking like. She was like, I didn't know where anybody was. I just knew the boards were over here somewhere, and I just put on the brakes.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah. Why wouldn't you? What a time to fucking take a header into the boards and break your neck, huh?
Yeah, along with three other people right behind you that also have no clue, like have no spatial reasoning.
I honestly feel like I would just sit down.
But yes, I really missed a
Fuck it.
fantastic opportunity to just like, poof, and the lights come back on, and
You should, yeah, and then you could have taken credit for it and go, "Don't ever test me again." You know?
These four
Silly
walls
refs.
contain my soul.
mind freak, just losing my mind over in my right wing spot.
Call me Chris Demon.
That's so fucking stupid.